What's up, guys? It's your boy Regal Assassin coming at you today with another exciting video. Today we're going to be looking at Rebirth Island. We're going to be taking a look at the history of Rebirth Island, looking at the locations within the map, and I'm also going to be giving you some advantages for each location, and then we'll talk about strategy for those new players who are new to Rebirth Island. If you're interested in seeing what this video holds, be sure to strap in, stay tuned, and let's jump into it. Welcome to the Drop Zone Recruits. Regal Assassins is the name and schooling your survival is the game. Today we're taking a detailed tour of Rebirth Island, so grab your notebooks and let's not get spotted. Stealth mode engaged. Alright guys, before we dive into survival tips, let's roll back the clock. Rebirth Island is not just a battleground, it's a place rich with the echoes of Call of Duty history. So buckle up, we're going on a time warp. Rebirth Island. It's a name that speaks volumes about its past. Originally from Black Ops, this place holds secrets that are drowned in cold, war-torn waves. Back in December of 2020, Rebirth Island marked its territory on Warzone with the resurgence of Cold War spice. It's more than just a map, it's a symbol of strife with 11 points of infamy. It wasn't long before night veiled the island during the destruction of Verdansk, unveiling the Behemoth Control Center. Yet as dawn broke with the Season 3 Reloaded update, the island soaked the sunlight, uplifting the decon zone and the shady nooks of the shore. A new version of Rebirth Island, dubbed Rebirth Island Reinforced, was released on March 23, 2022 as part of the Season 2 Reloaded update for Call of Duty Vanguard. The map was updated with many Perseus emblems, which looks like this, featured around the area. Just to go off on a rabbit trail here, Perseus is a Soviet-based international spy ring and underground network of rogue military operators and espionage agents. They were the main antagonist group in Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. Alright guys, now that we've looked at the history of Rebirth Island, we're going to go ahead and jump into the drop locations, and we're going to be looking at where they're located at on the Rebirth Island map, and also what are some of the advantages of each location. This is going to be more for you new players out there, so if you guys are new to Rebirth Island, be sure to stay tuned. Also, before I go any further, if you're enjoying this video, please feel free to hit that subscribe button, be sure to hit the like button, and also hit that notification bell. That way you can be notified of any time I post new content, whether it be videos like this or Call of Duty build videos. So let's go ahead and jump into it. Alright guys, let's break down the lay of the land. We got several different areas in this small area map, each with its own flavor of chaos. Let's take a look at each one and see what they have to offer. First up, we have Bioweapons, which is what used to be a bioweapon research laboratory and is located at the edge of the map. The Bioweapons Lab is one of the hottest drops on Rebirth Island thanks to the promise of high-quality loot in plentiful amounts. Dropping in the front door is usually a bad idea if you're not quick off the mark at certain death, but there is another sneakier way to infiltrate the zone and plunder gear while other teams engage in early game skirmishes. Drop at the chemical engineering factory and scope out the stairwell by the side of the zone. You'll be able to enter the Bioweapons Lab under a decent amount of cover. From here, you may be able to gear up and get the drop on any straggler teams still trying to get in the obvious way. Very, very sneaky. Set low on the shoreline, chemical engineering is easily identified by the smokestack rising from its roof and the bright orange and white paint of its outer walls. This is a chemical synthesis facility and was upgraded to generate large amounts of energy for the island. It offers a great balance between short, medium, and long lines of sight and has a smooth movement transition to harbor and industry. If you like hot areas with constant action, then this is the place for you, due to it being in extremely close proximity to bioweapons, harbor, and prison. The main factory floor is an L-shaped room built around massive red tanks and a small incline up to a row of control systems. A smaller adjoining room can be reached through the double doors to the north, while the room due to the south through the archway holds another massive container set around a double staircase. South of the main factory, the building marked 07 on the outside is a major draw for players looking to stock up on supplies and engage in combat across multiple levels. Entry into the building is largely divided between the upper levels accessible via ramps from the street or the lower parking area accessible from the landing area and wraparound walkaway along the shoreline. Each level is wide open with little cover other than some small side rooms with ambush potential. The low-lying industry building sits adjacent to the main road circling the island. Its roof nearly level with the hilltop. Its position between the prison and the island's north end makes it a popular spot that often sees high activity. A row of doors and other openings along the building's side can be used to access the first floor, and an exterior staircase leads to the second level and a ladder up to the roof, a flat surface with several vantage points looking down into the building. Entering from the northeast of the end of the building leads to a storage room on the ground floor and a research lab on the second level. Don't miss a side room accessible from both floors that leads into a tunnel which cuts under the road to the front of chemical engineering. Head into the larger warehouse to engage in long-range interior fights. The upper warehouse walkaway is ideal for defending the area, providing a clear view of any movement below. The hilltop at the back of the industry features a helipad near several sheds, one of them accessible with several windows providing views over the industry rooftop and toward chemical engineering. So long as you're not in the line of sight of anyone looking over the area, the hilltop marks a good pivot point between the north and south pass of the main road. The southern harbor stretches along the center of the southern shoreline between chemical engineering to the north and factory to the south. A concrete walkway provides quick traversal across the area with several smaller buildings giving the opportunity to disappear and set up a vantage point over the area. The lower tram platform sits between harbor and factory, offering a ride straight up to the prison rooftop. You also have within the harbor, you have a warehouse and office building which is sandwiched between the factory and tram line. You also have the Harbor Communications Office, which is a two-story rectangular building that sits between Harbor Warehouse and the power station. Both floors present mostly open spaces except for a couple of side rooms and alcoves offering cover for an ambush. There are multiple viewpoints looking out from the building, making this area an ideal defensive location. Finally, you have the power station, which is also part of Harbor. Just outside the communications office is the orange and black power station, a two-story structure with a turbine and generators that help power the island. The upstairs room is a confined space with blocked out windows, but the ground floor offers a bit more room to maneuver. Note the ladder near the turbine, which descends into a water-filled concrete pipe that you can swim through to multiple exit points, offering a great opportunity to reposition and flank unsuspecting enemies. Right in the center of things, the harrowing prison is the main draw of Rebirth Island and the largest building on the map. There are numerous points of entry into the prison via the paved walkway and various staircases and ramps. Some scattered ascenders and exterior ladders provide direct access to the roof. We have the prison main cell block. The main cell block is clustered across 4 hallways, providing long sight lines and plenty of opportunities for close-range fights. The wider center floor offers some more breathing room in an otherwise confined setting. Note the accessible cells throughout. They're optimal ambush points. The library on the north end leads to an additional row of cells, a stairwell within granting access to the upper level. The main cell block catwalk is easily accessible via several entryways and climbing spots, offering a strong view over the action below. Like the first floor, there are numerous open cells that serve as ambush points here. Next, we have the cafeteria and infirmary. The cafeteria on the prison's northeast end opens into a wide room with some mid-sized pillars for cover within. A corner locker room and the kitchen alcoves in the back provide a means to disrupt sight lines and stage an ambush against incoming enemies. Be aware of foes doing the same upon entering. Take the stairs near the front of the cafeteria to reach the infirmary above, consisting of a long central hallway with smaller rooms on either side all the way down. Note the descending staircase at the start of the hallway that leads to the main cell block catwalk and the ascending staircase at the end of the hallway that goes up to the roof. Next, we have the warden's entrance. Preceded by a courtyard separating the prison from the headquarters, the warden's entrance is accessible from the front doorway here or via several exterior entry points. The small lobby is suited to close quarters combat, branching to the left and right toward various filing rooms and a holding cell. Continue past the check-in counter to head straight into the main cell block, cut right before heading through the door to ascend the stairs up to the roof. Go left to take another set of stairs up to the main cell block's catwalk. Next, we have the basement. The prison basement features the showers and a small electrical room. The showers are accessible from several different exterior entry points, including a flight of stairs descending from the main cell block. Inside, a long half wall separates 2 troughs of shower stalls. The corner changing area gives some coverage from the otherwise open space. The electrical room serves as a hallway connected to the showers, a flashpoint for close quarters combat. Note the doorway in the showers leading down into a tunnel that runs straight out toward the northern dock. A ladder at the start of the tunnel offers access back up to the surface. Next, we have the rooftop. The rooftop looks over the whole island. Since it's such a large area, there's always the danger of being ambushed while looking out over the sides. Though the 360-degree view provides solid command of the surrounding environment, you'll need to hop on top of the low surrounding walls to get a view downward, thus exposing yourself to counter snipes. Long-range weaponry is heavily encouraged here. The central roof is divided by 4 rows of skylights with several openings providing access to the inner prison. Also at the center is a small ramp leading up to the tram platform, which shuttles back and forth between here and the southern harbor. And finally, we have the water tower in the yard. The water tower next to the yard in the prison's northwest corner serves as Rebirth Island's main landmark and is a phenomenal watch point. Survive the climb up the exposed ladder and take the ascender 2 levels for 2 levels of commanding 360-degree vantage points. Climb the ladder up to the very top of the water tower to enjoy one of the highest vantage points on the map, rivaled only by the lighthouse and headquarters. The dirt yard below features a few pop-up tents, vehicles, and supplies, though otherwise it's an open mid-range field. Climb the ladder to one of the perimeter guard towers for access to the raised walkway surrounding the yard. This is a fantastic area to land some eliminations against enemies toward the prison and the dock, with a zip line that will take you to the roof of industry and walkways that turn back toward the prison and wrap around the water tower. The factory is the largest feature on the southwestern shoreline, a commanding 3-story building and basement that all come together to encourage multi-level close quarters combat. Given the views toward harbor and the proximity to the headquarters, factory sees plenty of traffic. Part of traffic, you also have the interior, where the first floor features a couple of control rooms, a restroom, and storage by the rear entry points. And then you have the office, which is a single-story office that provides looting opportunities with constricted sights onto the immediate surrounding roads. A good area for use and luring enemies at the close quarters combat. If you'd rather extend your sightlines for a more aggressive approach, climb up to the roof. Next up, you have dockside, which is one of the lowest lying areas on the map. The dockside offers a straight, flat route under the shadow of the factory. Finally, you have the freighter. The harborside freighter offers a larger top deck compared to the one in the dock, offering the possibility of mid-range fights to break out across the deck. The bridge offers the only accessible interior portion of the ship, though its several levels provide options for various playstyles. As with the other ship, don't miss the ladder climbing up to the main mast, a vantage point useful to snipers and for those looking to parachute away from the area. Alright guys, now we have the control center. This location was used as a Perseus missile command outpost. Construction on this facility was completed prior to the destruction of Verdansk. One of the major advantages to this location is the dense loot and it offers players a rooftop power position. If you're always looking for close quarter encounters, then this is the location for you. Be sure to grab your shotguns and SMGs and get that trigger finger ready. Alright guys, now we come to the docks. This location has a secondary wharf with another ship docked on it, and used to be a location for chemical waste disposal. And it also has a flooded bunker that used to contain Perseus booty. Riches. Alright y'all, up next we have the living quarters. This was a place for personnel to live. If you like your combat fast and on the verge of a stroke, then this is the location for you. With having to weave in and out of the structures, it can make for some intense and chaotic combat scenarios. At the far southwestern corner of the map, the low-lying stronghold features a complex layout over a relatively small area. It's primarily separated between the front construction site and checkpoint leading to the rear roundabout, helipad, and satellite tower. Plentiful supplies, vehicles, and barricades offer ample opportunity for cover and ambushes. Alright guys, that's it for part 1 of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I appreciate y'all hanging with me in there till the end. If you want to see part 2 of this video where I go over the strategy of Rebirth Island and a few other things, be sure to hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell. That way you can be notified whenever I post a part 2 of this video. Also, feel free to come check me out live on Twitch Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. And also be sure to comment on this video and let me know what you think, because your input is what really helps me out. Lets me know, how I'm doing on my videos. So I appreciate y'all being here, and I hope y'all have a great day.